Hi there everyone, it's Misty here from TheJollyFatElf. Thank you so much for joining me. Happy Boxing Day. So it's the day after Christmas. If you celebrate Christmas, I hope you had a fantastic Christmas. Happy Hanukkah, happy Kwanzaa. Both of those started recently too. I'm here to kind of do a 2024 wrap up and just kind of talk about my thoughts and feelings about how 2024 went and what you can kind of expect for 2025. So I meant to have a video go up yesterday or Monday, I don't even remember, and it didn't get done. So one thing that has happened that has been, I mentioned that I hurt my neck. That's one thing that happened, but I was also on a medication that changed my mood. So I've already been struggling with depression and stuff and anxiety earlier in the year. I was kind of getting past that with my treatment, and I felt like it just set me back like weeks. I didn't want to do anything. I didn't want to get out of bed. I didn't want to, I was going to bed like at 7 o'clock every night. I just didn't want to do anything. And it took me a while to realize what was happening. So unfortunately, I didn't finish off the year with the holiday card series in quite the way that I wanted to. But overall, I am very proud of this series. It's my 10th year. I felt really good about how creative I was during the series. I feel like we did a lot of beginner-friendly stuff. I feel like we did a lot of intermediate stuff. I feel like it was consistent. For the most part, it was consistent. And I really enjoyed this year. Sometimes it can feel like a chore, if I'm not feeling well or whatever, in the years past. But this one was the first time that I was disappointed when I couldn't get a video up because of my body or whatever. So, and I hope that you enjoyed it too. I really, really did enjoy it. As far as the rest of the year, it was a weird year because we thought I was having surgery. And then I ended up in the hospital with pneumonia, double pneumonia and RSV. So my health has kind of been the forefront of issues in 2024. I have common variable immunodeficiency. I have an autoimmune disease from that, rheumatoid arthritis. I have a few other things going on. I'm going to have a big surgery in 2025. So 2024 was a really, really rough year, but I feel like I ended it on a high note with this holiday card series. So what does that mean for 2025? For 2025, I have to be realistic about what I can actually do. January and February are some of the hardest months for me because I deal with a lot of inflammation. I have a lot of different arthritises, and the weather plays a huge part in how you feel. If I'm dealing with a crunchy neck, I talked to my pain manager daughter of why do I hear my neck being so crunchy? And she's like, well, try by your ears. She's like, but that's also the disc rubbing together. I'm like, oh, great. So that's fun. So those kinds of things. So January and February are always rough, but my goal is to do a Valentine's Day card series. I don't know that we'll get 14 days out of it. We may only get 7, but that's kind of my goal. I also plan to post Wednesdays, Fridays, and then the occasional Saturday for my Stamp Anything videos. I do think I'm going to do a one stamp 3 ways going forward for that because I need to do 3 projects. And I feel like since most of them involve coloring, it would be interesting. It would be better to do the coloring first and then do all 3 projects together. If you disagree with that, let me know. I'd love your feedback down in the comments below. I have a really big announcement coming soon. I'm so glad that I can finally talk about it because this has been one that has kind of given me back some of my confidence. I struggle a lot with imposter syndrome, and I struggle a lot with comparing myself to other people and being having envy and these kinds of things. And these are things that I'm working on with me and my therapist. But this has given me back a little bit of my confidence, and I'm excited for it. And I think you will be too once you hear what it is. As far as the rest of 2025, I'm going to do my best to get some pre-filming done for when I'm having surgery. My goal is to have that Memorial Day weekend. I will be out probably 12 weeks. She said 8 to 12 weeks, but since I deal with immune system problems, it will probably be closer to 12 if I were to hanker a guess. And so that may be just a part of May, June, and July. That might be a summer where I don't get to post, but then we'll come back with the holiday card series in September. I also need your feedback on the planning stuff. So my goal is to do a bullet journal. I'm doing a strawberry shortcake themed health bullet journal. I bought a ton of strawberry shortcake stickers, and I found the most perfect bullet journal ever in your life. I've been putting that content over with Planning with the Elf, but in the past, I did cards and I did planning over here. You guys have to let me know what you think about that. I feel like I'm making that channel, I feel like I am putting too much pressure on myself to have 4 different channels. And if I can consolidate one, I don't know. You guys will, I just really want to hear your thoughts and your opinions for 2025. Many of you said that you would like to see me shop my stash. That is definitely something that I want to do. I've mentioned before that I want to bring back my version of Crafty Roulette. Mary and I started right around the same time. And while hers was for community, mine was just for me. So I put all of my stamps in a wheel. I put all of my paper pads in a wheel. I put all my dies in a wheel. And then I put like, tools and then techniques, and I have a whole playlist if you're interested in going back and watching them. I think the most interesting one was the snowman in like sepia. Like it was so interesting. That's all I can say. It was interesting. So that's definitely something we'll keep going. Project Use Your Stuff will be coming back. I will be doing an introduction for that for 2025. I probably won't be picking as much stuff just because of everything that might be happening, but that's definitely something that I want to continue. So yeah, I have goals for 2025, but I'm trying to also be compassionate with myself and give myself grace and not set too unrealistic goals. But yeah, and if you're interested in my word of the year, I'm going to just post that on my At Home with Miss C channel because it's really more about my health and stuff. It's not necessarily much about what the crafting and stuff is. That channel, along with my makeup channel, is linked in the description box down below, along with Planning with the Elf. So Planning with the Elf is going to be bullet journal setups, and it's also going to be Plan with Me's. And so I need to sit down. I'm filming this on Boxing Day, which is the 26th of December, and I still need to sit down and get my planner set up for 2025. When I tell you I feel behind, I feel behind. So yeah. I just want to say thank you so very much for everyone who has left comments, who's reached out, who has joined us, who's subscribed, who has said hello. Like this is my community. Like I'm homebound, I can't drive, can't take myself anywhere. So my community is the online community, not only the Elfies here over at TheJollyFatElf, but also the community I'm growing on my At Home with Misty channel, the community I'm growing with my Misty channel. You guys are my community, and I appreciate you showing up for me more than you will ever know. So yeah, so that is it for me. You will have another video this weekend at some point for my Stamp Anything. That'll be the last 2 projects using the Moana release. The next release comes out next week. You're gonna flip out. You're gonna flip out. And then I will have my craft room tour go live on January the 1st and then probably the 3rd. I'm going to do kind of like a part 1 and then a part 2. So part 1 will show you like an overview, where we've been, what I started with, and part 2 will be my doors and drawers. So yeah, but anyway, that's it. So I would love if you would subscribe. I would really appreciate it. I will have our 14,000 subscriber giveaway and the other giveaways for December. I will announce those in that craft room tour video. And yeah, I just hope that you have had the most enjoyable holiday season that you can. This is a hard time of year for many of us. And I just hope that you know that you are loved and your presence is needed. We need you here. So I hope you have a good day, night, weekend, wherever you are. I love your faces, and I will see you in my next video. Bye for now.